I've got sunshine in my pocket. I'm just right here in my zone, moving right along in my zone. In my zone.
Welcome back to my channel and the Gorilla Growth Sense that we're currently in. As you can see, things have changed since last time. Everything's now moved from solo cups to larger containers, and that's actually kind of one of the things I want to talk to you guys about today, is just transplanting from small to large, how to progress your plants. And I start everything in solo cups. You can start a little smaller, but for me this is a nice size because it allows them to get big enough to transplant and have a large root ball. So from solo cup, I go to 2.5 gallons. You can go, larger or smaller. It's just you want to let that root ball stay in a large mass each time you transplant it. So from going to solo to here, now it has, I'm going to give it about 3 weeks to a month to grow and fill out this container. And then from here, I'm going to go to a 7-gallon container. And then from that, I'm going to progress into a 30-gallon container because I want to see some pepper trees, not just plants. That's it's kind of my ultimate goal with these. And I'll probably end up doing 2 or 3 plants per 30-gallon container, just because 30 gallons is a lot of dirt to do. And it's not a little container. Most peppers, or at least among of what I've seen online, you guys are all growing in maybe 10 gallons at most. Might be a few 15s in there, but most are 5 to 10 gallons in that range. So when you're taking your plants from small to large, you want to do it in 2 to 3 week intervals. I'm giving it an extra week, so I'm going to go 3 weeks to a month, just in case there's a little bit more room to grow. I want them to fill out the container fully before putting into the next one, and then kind of breaking up that root mass and allowing that to reform in the new container and grow out bigger. Because the bigger plant you get, the more peppers. So the container size initially does not determine how many peppers you have, it's how big your plant is. And that's kind of the key to growing bigger pepper plants, is the progression from small to large. You can't just start off in a 10-gallon container. You're not going to have a huge plant as you would if you progress it from small and take steps up. That's kind of one of the things I've been researching a lot on recently and thought I'd share with you guys, because I've never really gone larger than a 2.5 or a 5-gallon pot, but from what I've seen and read and researched, it's definitely possible. So that's kind of what we're going to do. And another thing I did this morning was give them all haircuts. I wanted to take off some of the canopy and allow light to get into the undersides and push up more growth. And when you top them, you can see almost within 2 days they're going to start pushing out growth. Even these little ones I've topped. I top them as soon as I can. And then what's cool is when you top them, if you want, which I kind of have a problem with, is I save all the toppings and start growing them. That's how I end up with so many plants. And I've got to just reduce down on my plants and focus on the ones I really like. So initially I was at 70 plants. I've tasted most of them except these in here, and I know what I like and don't like. So in the fall I'm going to get rid of all the ones that I don't really care for flavor wise and keep the ones I like, and just grow them big as I can into trees, and I'll be happy. That's kind of the goal, So if you guys are out there kind of wondering, well, how many do I start with or whatnot, I say just plant everything you can, taste everything you can, then you'll learn what you like, what you don't like, and then you can just share with your friends the ones you don't like. They might like them. So that's kind of just what I'm gonna do. I've already started giving peppers to the neighbors. Everybody's pretty much full around me, so now I'm gonna have to reach out to family and friends and push more peppers on them. And then if something ever happens to mine, I'll always have backup. But nonetheless, that's kind of what's going on in the gorilla tents. I'm starting to slow down a little bit and just focus on the ones I really want and like. I just can't grow everything anymore. It's just too much work. I'm too busy. So that's what's going on. I'm actually in the process of filming hot sauce making right now. I just have to finish editing the video and I'll post that up sometime next week. But I'm sure I'll see you guys again, and thanks for joining me.